Hi, welcome to this fourth and final look at the Christmas 2021 weather prospects. I'm going to do things a little bit differently to the previous three updates in that here I'm just going to be looking at the possibility of snow. Right, I think it's first of all important just to define what exactly a white Christmas is. Unfortunately, it doesn't refer to snow being deep, crisp and even. According to the Met Office, it is a single flake of snow observed falling in the 24 hours of the 25th of December somewhere in the UK. So, with that said, let me jump straight into the computer model output to see what the possibilities are, starting with the UKV model run by the Met Office. This chart's for 00 GMT, Saturday the 25th. So the start of the big day itself. And what we have is an area of rain stretching from Northern Ireland across much of northern England down into East Anglia and the southeast. Just on its northern edge here, there is a little bit of snow, which is shown by the pink shading. Also in Scotland, there are a few snow showers. Jumping forwards 3 hours, it's a similar story. Moving forwards another 3 hours, not much changes, but if you look down towards East Anglia, there is a little bit of pink shading there, so just the possibility of some snow falling, and that's all it would take for a white Christmas to be declared there. Going forwards, another 3 hours, it's similar. Midday now, the precipitation is beginning to ease across that northern area. There's more pushing into the south, but it's rain. Still some snow there in northern England. Moving forwards to 15 GMT, similar. 18, similar once again. I think it's just worth noting that as this band of rain is moving northeastwards across England and Wales, Northern Ireland too, on this model run it is falling as rain. 21 GMT, again, some snow on its northern edge, northern England, perhaps up there into southwestern Scotland as well, northwestern England, but a lot of rain associated with it still. The snow depth chart associated with this model run, here it is for 21 GMT. There's a little bit of shading there over high ground in northern England, in the northwest, and of course over the Scottish hills in particular. But according to this, it's going to be green on the ground across much of the UK, even if some places see some falling snow, such as East Anglia. Temperatures, this is for 15 GMT, and it's cold really across central and northern parts of the UK, very cold in Scotland, sub-zero there. Milder though in South Wales and much of southern England. Really the highest temperatures vary to the south of London where double figures are being shown. It is quite a very well marked boundary zone there between the colder conditions and the milder air mass there over the south. Next I'll take a look at the Meteo France model. This is 00 GMT. And it's virtually all rain, just a little bit of snow over high ground in the north. Moving forwards to midday, snow showers there perhaps in parts of Scotland and over Pennines. 15 GMT, a little bit of snow now into North Wales, northern England. 18 GMT, much the same story. And by 21, that snow is perhaps becoming a little bit more widespread there, particularly over Wales. And just here as well, still over the perhaps central England and parts of the north. Finally, at 11 o'clock, it's pretty much the same story. Taking a look at the temperatures the Meteo France model's going for. Once again, it's colder as you head northwards, very cold there over much of Scotland. Next, the GFS. This is the model that's global model run in the United States by NCEP. It does tend to spray quite a lot of snow around in its output. So let's see what it's going for today. 00 GMT, snow showers there perhaps in parts of Scotland, maybe a little bit of snowfall in northern England. On these charts, snow is shown by white shading as opposed to pink. Going forwards to 09 GMT, here we've got a little bit of snow affecting parts of East Anglia. across into northern England too, maybe the northwest, and just a little bit there in Scotland. Going forwards to 15 GMT, it's now drier across the northern half of the UK. This band of rain's beginning to push up from the southwest, bringing a little bit of snow to North Wales. 18 GMT, mostly rain in the south and the west. 21 GMT, and it's still rain. Just taking a look at the snow depth chart associated with the GFS, 15 GMT. This is showing the most widespread snow cover on Christmas Day that I could find from the GFS model run. You can see there again, it's basically the Scottish Highlands, the red shading showing deep snow, a little bit there over northern England as well, particularly the Pennines, I would imagine. Just worth noting that it's going for a dusting in parts of East Anglia, at least temporary covering if it's correct. But as I say, GFS does, in my experience, tend to be very liberal when it's allocating snow. Temperatures associated with it, once more, it's a similar story. Cold in central and northern areas, milder in the south, particularly the southwest here, up to 12 Celsius, 54 Fahrenheit. The Canadian model next. This has been reasonably consistent in recent days, and it's been tending to bring the snow risk a little bit further south than some of the other global models in particular. So here we are, 00 GMT on the big day. Snow over parts of northern England, Northern Ireland, and there into southern Scotland. Going forwards to 06 GMT, quite a lot of snow being shown here over northern England, and there showery conditions over Scotland, a little bit of snow into Northern Ireland. Midday, similar story. Perhaps this snow risk just going a little bit further southwards into the North Midlands as we head through the afternoon. This is 15 GMT, 18 GMT, and by now it's pushing into East Anglia again. That could be a place to watch. 21 GMT, and if anything, I think it's just edged a little bit further southwards here. Potentially some quite heavy snow falling if this is correct. Temperatures from it, same story, mild essentially to the south of London, maybe just to the north of it, then colder as you go northwards. Very cold again in parts of northern Britain, perhaps sub-zero even at the warmest time of the day. German icon model. This has been very consistent in recent days, much less keen on bringing that cold air southwards. So what's the latest run doing? Well, 00 GMT, essentially rain across much of England, Wales, Northern Ireland, just a little snow on its leading edge there in the northwest. Forwards by 6 hours, a bit more snow now over high ground in northern England. By 15 GMT, that band of rain's continuing to move northeastwards. There's a little bit of snow into Scotland, just there as well, but not much snow on this run. 18 GMT, you can see the white shading here showing the snow. The next band of rain coming in from the southwest across Wales, Northern Ireland. It isn't bringing any snow at all on this model run. The snow depth chart associated with the icon, 21 GMT, Scottish Highlands, and a little bit there over the Pennines perhaps. I think the icon snow depth charts tend to be a little conservative, saying that they were, in my experience, very accurate last February when some of the other computer models were going for much bigger snow depths. The icon was far more realistic as it turned out, so I wouldn't discount this. Looking at the European ECM model, this is considered the best of them all in terms of the global models. I don't have precipitation charts here, but it's just worth taking a look at the upper air temperature profile, 00 GMT, Saturday the 25th. At this point, it's really only cold enough for snow in the northeast, particularly there in Scotland. You can see temperatures above zero across much of England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And if they are above zero, any precipitation falling is not going to be snow, it's going to be rain. Moving forwards 24 hours, so the start of Boxing Day, and even at this point, the cold air is restricted there to the north and the east of Britain. So I think the ECM is not at all promising for the prospect of a white Christmas in large parts of the UK. It's very consistent, I would suggest, with the German Icon model. It has tended to be the case in the last couple of days that Icon and ECM have been far less keen on bringing the cold air southwards, so they could be onto something. Quick look at the MOGREPS ensemble data from the UK Met Office. These stamps are the snow rate forecasts from all of the runs in the ensemble at 15 GMT, Christmas Day. If you can see purple shading, it means snow is being forecast to fall. Mostly, if there is snow around, it's in the northern half of the UK. In terms of snow depth, according to MOGREPS, this is at 21 GMT on Christmas Day. Accumulating snow most likely over the Scottish Highlands, as I've been discussing, perhaps some over Pennines too, that looks quite likely. There are a few of the individual stamps which are showing accumulations in central Britain, the Midlands and North Wales, and one or two, I think, there, which are going for a dusting in East Anglia again, but they're in a small minority. What about London? Well, this is the snow rate graph for London from the MOGREPS ensemble. It goes out to the 30th of December, but the key thing we're talking about here is Christmas Day, and what we can see is there's one spike there. One of the individual runs is forecasting snow to fall. That's 1 out of 18 in total. A very low chance, not completely out of the question, but I don't think London is likely to be recording a white Christmas this year, at least not based on this data. So just to summarise the prospects, Christmas 2021. Some locations will probably record a white Christmas. They're most likely to be in Northern England and Scotland, but perhaps also in parts of Northern Ireland, the Midlands, North Wales, and even East Anglia. In the South and South Midlands, rain is favoured, but there is still an element of uncertainty due to the position of the boundary between cold and mild air masses. Therefore, do not rule out a Christmas miracle, even at this very late stage. Importantly, though, please remember, a white Christmas in terms of this forecast is defined as being one where a flake of snow is observed to fall in the 24 hours of the 25th of December, somewhere in the UK. So I'm not talking about snow being deep, crisp and even, unfortunately. Well, that's about it. It looks like some parts of the UK will be recording a technical white Christmas, but the chance of a picture postcard one is much, much lower. Thank you anyway for watching these Christmas videos. If you want, you can go back and re-watch them, see how the forecast changed over the weeks. I think that probably gives a good insight into the limitations of both current technology for medium range weather forecasting and the powers of my lucky hat, which I will now try and switch on finally since I've found the batteries. There we go. I hope you can see those lights flashing. Have a great Christmas. Thanks now. Bye.